Good morning, y'all. So it's my last day in Mexico. I'm flying back to Dallas in a couple of hours, and I just wanted to hang out a little bit by the beach before I go. I had a crazy dream last night, and it was a dream that... All right, hold on. Let me just tell you what it is. So, oh gosh, something stuck in my foot. Check this thing out. I'm gonna sit in it. I had a crazy dream last night, and in the dream, my dad was being attacked. His business was being stolen from, and he had no idea. And I saw the lady. It was like a lady that did it, and I saw it, and it was like, basically, it was because he was Jewish, and it was basically like she was part of a group of people that were upset that Jews had so much money, and so she stole. And then I remember in the dream I was panicking, and I was like, oh no, like they're gonna do this to everyone, like whatever. And then my friend who's not Jewish was like, no, they're not gonna do this to everyone. They're just gonna do this to Jews because Jews are rich. And my friend is not rich. And so, or at least not as rich as he would like to be. And so I've been thinking about this a little bit, and so I'm like sitting by the beach, this really beautiful place, and this place is owned by Jews. This place in Mexico that I'm in is owned by Jews. The people running this hotel, the people that bought it were Israelis, there's so many things that I'm realizing, like most really big things end up being either founded, created, started by Jews, built by Jews. And the weird thing is that most of the rest of the world that is poor sees that as a bad thing. My goal is not to tell you that you're a dumbass. My goal is really actually to tell you what the secret is to being rich, to going from being poor to being rich, and it's not somebody handing you something. I know people use nepotism for Jews. It's not somebody handing you something. It's not somebody it's not you stealing $1 billion from someone. Like, that's not how people become billionaires. They don't steal $1 billion from another billionaire. That's not how wealth works. The way that people become wealthy, and I realized this last night on the resort, there were two types of people. The overwhelming majority of people were just like spending a lot of money that I don't know where they're getting from, because like, what are you using to pay your bills? So the majority of people were spending money that they don't have with people they don't know, doing things that were bad for them, drinking, partying, staying up late the whole time. And there was a very few subset of people, and granted, we're on vacation, we're like on this like beautiful trip, so they should be having fun. But I'm not going to use this place as an example actually, but like in general, most people that I'm around they say they care about money, but they actually, when it comes down to it, they don't care about money. They don't care about money enough to work for it. Most non-Jews, and this is really the difference between Jews and non-Jews. And I know my most recent relationship, the guy I was dating would be like, I've never met anyone who is as obsessed with money as you are, as obsessed with making money as you are. And that is very telling, because from where I'm from, I'm not that obsessed with money. The only reason that I think that I'm obsessed with money, and sorry about the noise, the wind, the only reason why I think I'm obsessed with money is because because I'm surrounded by non-Jews who are not obsessed with money. But they are obsessed with money, but they're just not like making it. They're obsessed with spending. Like, everyone could spend $1 million. Most people, if you told them, what would you do with $1 million, they would have no idea how to spend it wisely. They would know how to spend it on things that will give them instant gratification right now, but they won't know how to leverage that into making more money, because they just simply haven't thought about it enough, because they don't come from that kind of culture. And so what I'm hoping to give you with this channel is not tell you that you're stupid because you're not Jewish, or because there's plenty of non-Jews that are very successful, but they have this mindset, you know. They have this mindset. They are not like, oh no, look at those successful people. They probably had $1 billion handed to them. Nobody became successful. Not even the heiress of the wealthiest family in America is having $1 billion handed to her. I know some very, you know, famous non-Jewish heiresses, you know, heiress billionaire. Like, I see this word being thrown out all the time. I know some of those people, and everyone talks about them like, oh, they have it so easy. They just have money being thrown at them. Some of the hardest working people I know. Some of the hardest, you know, maybe they're not working at a restaurant, maybe they're operating at a different level, but these are people that don't sleep. They're constantly working to figure out how to leverage their money to make more money. And the reason why they're like that is because they grew up like that, because they grew up with influences that were like that, and they grew up like that because, and that's why that's why they're heiress billionaire. I'm not even making sense, but that's why they grew up with wealthy parents, because their parents had that mindset. And so, you know, I remember having this conversation with someone, and I was like, yeah, like, I just feel anxious all the time. I feel like I'm around people constantly that are telling me that I need to stop worrying about money, stop caring about money, stop thinking about money, and all these people are, I think the thing that makes me anxious is that all the people telling me that are people that that have really bad money habits. They're all people that I don't see as my role models. And the people that I see as my role models are not telling me that. The people that I see as my role models are actually telling me that I'm not working hard enough. The people that I see as like where I want to be, like they're super wealthy, super, you know, have a lot of money, have a lot of money to spend and throw around. Those people are not telling me that, they're telling me to work harder. And, you know, before you say, wow, they're tricking you, they're fooling you, thanks to those people in my life, my uncle is one of them, you know, I don't think he's fooling me. I don't think he's trying to take me for a ride. Thanks to him, you know, I've kept on this track, and I'm a lot wealthier now in a very short time than I was 2 years ago. I own 2 properties, and I'm building a portfolio that is growing faster than, because I've been putting so much time and work and thought into money. I'm building things that are going to sustain me for the future. And someday down the line, I know I'm going to be insanely rich, to the point where I will be able to spend stupid money and not really realize it. Like, I will be able to spend stupid money to go to like a stupid expensive resort and sit down by the beach for like, you know, I probably won't want to even, but like I'll be able to do that and just throw a stupid amount of money at the waiter as a cash tip. And I know that that waiter is gonna say, wow, look at her, this lazy, like, look at her, this lucky girl who probably had $1 billion given to her. She's so lucky. She's so, wow, look at her. Oh, she's Jewish. Wow, she probably had $1 billion Jewish dollars thrown at her because of nepotism. Nobody ever became a billionaire off of nepotism. You know, nepotism simply means, having other people giving you opportunities. There are so many opportunities out there for all kinds of people. If you're mentally deficient, there's opportunities out there for you. There's opportunities out there for everybody. The only difference between you and the very successful person is that they took the opportunities that were out there and you didn't. There are plenty of opportunities, and I know that I'm gonna be one of those people that's sitting on the beach that gives a fat tip to my waiter, and he looks at me with envy and says, "Look at that lucky bitch. She's I wish I was like her. You wish you were like me, dog? You wish you were like me, dog? Find ways to leverage your money into the future. I'm not telling you work hard, just be a waiter 24/7. I'm telling you, think about it. Use your mind and think about money. Become money-minded. Become money-minded like me, because I'm growing really fast. So if you want to, and I complain about not being there all the time, but that's part of the deal. You gotta be obsessed with it. You gotta be obsessed with not being there. You gotta be obsessed with where you are right now versus where you want to be in a year or 2 years or 10 years. You have to become money-minded like a Jew. And yeah, that's all I had to say. And by the way, the reason why Jews are money-minded, in addition to this being cultural and their parents were money-minded and their grandparents, the reason is because Jews are a nomadic they're a nomadic tribe historically. They've traveled a lot, and generally what happens, because you'll see this mindset in immigrants too, generally, and Mormons too have a little bit of this. I know I have Mormon friends that are very successful. Mormons are like this too, because people that travel a lot, people that have to be in different countries all the time, Mormons also got persecuted a lot. So if you are getting persecuted a lot and you're traveling a lot, so you're kind of like a nomadic people, you're naturally gonna inherit this scarcity mindset. You're gonna inherit this mindset of oh no, I'm poor. If you notice, Elon Musk is the richest man on earth, but he lives in a tiny house and he lives like a poor person, because the reason he got there in the first place was because he grew up in a family where he had a single mom who was poor, struggling, didn't have money. He grew up traumatized by being poor, and so he spent every waking minute of his life thinking of ways to not be poor. And so you can't just work as a waiter and waitress or whatever and just think oh, I'm working hard. You're not working hard. You have to become money-minded. You have to look at successful people and what is making them that way. Look at the way they think. Look at what they obsess over. If you notice, the wealthier people they don't obsess less about money. They're always obsessing about money. And maybe they'll go to therapy and they'll try to obsess about money less, and they won't grow as fast anymore. But it's fine, because they already hit a level of wealth that they're fine with. And that's fine. But if you want to get to a place that is higher than where you are now, you'd better start thinking like the people that got there. And the way they got there is by being obsessed with making money. You gotta be obsessed with making money. You gotta be obsessed like a Jew. And you can think of me as your Jewish mom that is giving you what your non-Jewish mom didn't give you. Your non-Jewish mom didn't give you the obsession for making money, for surviving. And I will give it to you. I will tell you that if you want to survive the next 10, 20 years of inflation, war, economic downturn, all the crazy shit out there, you better start obsessing about money, because it is going to pay off. You better start thinking about the best ways to leverage your money, the smartest ways to leverage your money. And people are work smarter, not harder. What if you work smart and hard? Obsessing about money is working hard. And if you notice, like all the people that are like, yeah, I'm not gonna work, I'm not gonna worry so much anymore, I'm gonna relax. Those people, the reason why they're able to relax off of the money they have now is because at some point in their life, they obsessed over it and they worked hard for it. Like, maybe now they can relax, but the reason they can relax now is because of the obsessive worry they did in order to get to that place. So, you know, work. I know this is what they said in the concentration camps in Germany, but work sets you free, and it's not the act of working that sets you free. It's that work gets you from one place to another. It's up to you to choose what kind of work you're gonna do, what your destination is, and what you're gonna leverage with the work that you created to get from point A to point B. Are you gonna use it? Are you gonna invest in the same exact type of work? Are you gonna like go back to waitering for the next 24 hours? Or are you gonna use that money and invest it in a different kind of work? Maybe invest it in real estate, maybe invest it in the stock market or cryptocurrency or in a business. You know, there's so many other types of work that you can invest the results of your previous work in. So anyway, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna have breakfast so that I can go on my taxi that will take me to the city center, that will take me where there's going to be a bus that's going to take me to the airport in Cancun, which is going to be a few hours, and then it's going to take me to the flight from Cancun to Dallas, and then from Dallas I'm going to take a Uber that's going to take me to my home, where I'm finally going to shower and relax. Traveling is not relaxing, and so I realized that I actually don't want to travel so much. I want to wait until the future when I'm super rich so that I can have a chauffeur who's going to take me to my private jet that's going to take me wherever I want. And I won't have to drive like hours and hours and hours to get from this bus to that bus to that bus, to that train, to that flight. Nope, I'm going to have a private jet in the future. And so I'm going to work my ass off until I get there. And I don't give a shit what anybody thinks, because I feel safe and secure in this goal of mine, because I don't enjoy the state currently, I enjoy it more than I did 2 years ago, but it's not enough. I'm not going to stop until I'm at private jet tier. So, see you later. Hope this video was somewhat inspiring or motivational or whatever. And if it made you stressed out, I'm sorry. I'm a very stressed out person. Alright, talk to you guys later. Like this video, please. It is so beautiful here. And then look at these guys. They're like probably getting paid $5 the entire day to be like sweeping weeds off of the beach. And it's a never-ending job. It's a never-ending job. Wow, this is my breakfast. It's like fruit, granola, yogurt, and chilaquiles, and bread toast, coffee, orange juice, and this is so pretty.